what we call a grindhard pinata.
Back in the garage, another rainy day, and today I'm gonna mount this 3,500-pound winch on the Barbie camper. It'll fit real nice somewhere right in there. That's not good. Oh. What the hell just caught on fire? What on earth was that?
That's not a good smell, though.
Fire extinguisher juice is good.
I'm gonna have to get some fresh air for a second.
I'm just really confused about what caught on fire. There shouldn't be anything there. Like, there's no fluids. Yeah, well, we'll let that clear out of the shop for a minute. Yeah, I really don't know what caught on fire there. Like, it was just welding on the frame.
Huh.
Unless that frame tube was somehow full of something flammable. That's actually possible. If there was like a crankcase vent or something that dripped oil into that frame tube over the years, somehow. It's a bit of a stretch. I really don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's all this liquid here on the ground. This smells very much like gasoline. What is gasoline doing inside of the chassis? No, for real though, it probably is some sort of vent tube from like the carburetor overflow or something like that that was maybe connected to, I don't know.
Back in the day. Back in the day. Back in the day.
Over here doing the good old-fashioned CAD cardboard-aided design for this skid plate slash bumper piece here. And you can see I've got some holes drilled in my cardboard piece here, and that's to access these bolts for the winch and these bolts for the front A-arms. And then it'll be bent a little bit in like that to line up with these A-arm mounts, and we'll weld to those for extra super duper rock bashing strength. And then of course weld to here. And then my plan here is to actually bring it up all the way to this bumper line here. And then I'll probably cut the plastic off there and then build the whole front bumper out of, you know, pieces of flat plate, because that always looks good. And then I can mount the fairlead in that chunk right there. Right where it should be.
Sanding.
So we've been working in the area gear and it is awesome. I'm pretty stoked on how it looks. And we've been rolling around in the dirt all day, crashing dirt bikes, jumping dirt bikes, building this thing, and they are tough and comfortable. I'm never taking these off. I've never worn overalls before, honestly. But I'm like, yep, this is me now. This is how I live.
These are now the best pair of pants I have.
If you want to get some Ariat gear, you can get 10% off your first order using our link in the description. Definitely check it out. And then check us out finishing this winch.
And then check us out finishing this winch. Gotta make this into a belt. Pull my pants up. Power Wheels belt. Genuine, grind hard, mutilated Power Wheels plastic. Maybe a necklace. Nah.
Make it into one of those like little slap bracelets for your waist.
A sash. Definitely a sash. A slap bracelet. but for your waist.
Yeah, exactly.
A slap belt. Hey, why hasn't anybody done that? You know, building my bumper out of cardboard here, as I do, because while it's possible to do all of this on a computer, firstly, I find it not nearly as entertaining, and also, at this point, it's just way faster for me to do it this way. It took me like a week to design this bumper on a computer, and so far it's taken like, you know, about a day to build half of it and design the rest of it. I got both sides of this bumper half cut out with the little dotted lines for bending, and then I tacked them together real quick so that all of the edges are exactly the same, so that the left and right sides actually match. So, yeah. Something like that. Because of the cuts that I made, it's, in theory, bends pretty easily right on the line. Yeah, just like that, it's all bent up. It looks really nice. I don't know why, but this piece makes me just really happy. I just like bent plate steel. I guess because I spend so much time working with tubing, it's just, I don't know, it's a nice change to go to flat stuff where you have like straight angles that are like easier to line up with each other. But yeah. Time to tack this one on, like so, and then bend the other one, tack it on, and then stand back and admire. Oh yeah, that's looking mighty fine. Got this little plate cut out. It's just sitting there right now. Gonna make a few minor adjustments, but yeah, it's like, I don't know, a weird sword. Bumper is reinforced and now plenty sturdy. Look at that suspension. And yes, the bumper does tap the tires right now, but that's because we haven't long traveled it yet. When I do the long travel A-arms, the tires will stick out like 3 inches farther on each side or something like that, so it'll be much better, and also will clear the bumper. I got the top half of this all welded and looking pretty. The bottom half is not easy to access, so I hooked up the winch to this battery here, which also might just be where the battery lives. It's a pretty good spot for it. But yeah, so winch is now functional. And got the roof hooks in the garage. So now, every time I need to work on the underside of this, easy peasy. That is just cheating. This is a nice winch, actually. It's really quiet. I don't know how strong the ceiling is, but I bet the winch will just pick it right up.
How crazy would it be if we caved in the ceiling and lit it on fire in one episode?
Oh yeah, there's all the gas coming out of that tube.
Oh!
That's why it caught on fire. There was still a lot of gasoline in there.
What the heck?
Yeah, no, as far as I remember, this frame tube went all the way across. We could go find it in the scrap pile. But somewhere back here, there was a vent tube that just went into the frame rail just as a place to vent without getting dirt in it. And so it just vented gasoline in there for years. So, yeah, that's why it caught on fire. So my conclusion was accurate.
Jeez.
There we go. Look at that. That's how you hang your Barbie camper from the ceiling. Well, turns out that rafter can hold whatever 500 pounds this is. So I got the underside here all welded and looking nice and shiny. Welded from here all the way through to here. And then I hammered this edge down a little bit, and there's a crossbar on the chassis, and I welded that all the way across as well. So this point is extremely overkill strong, which is what we want. And now also these shock mount, or A-arm mounts are overkill strong. And then while I had it up here, I welded the splice in the frame here back together some more as well. But, you know, eventually it'll get skid plate all the way across, but for right now, we'll lower it back down. I think that bumper turned out pretty much amazing. It looks like it was all one piece from the beginning now, and it's extraordinarily sturdy. The winch works, the fair lead's all mounted, and I added a couple little screws here to just keep the body in place relative to the bumper. But now I'm going to take all that off because it's time to mount the radiator, and I've test fit it to know where it'll fit, which is pretty much anywhere. So the answer is yes, it comes out just barely. It's a tight squeeze and a bit of finagling to get it in and out. So the real question I wanted to answer is if I can put a tube right here, because that's what I want to do, just for, you know, strength purposes. So I'm gonna tack that tube on there and see if it clears. I'm about to make some of my favorite style of radiator mounts, which is a small piece of tube, like so, with a little tab plate welded onto the end of it, a little punch out from the Piranha, like so, drill and tap, and then you notch it onto this tube. Super lightweight, super strong, super simple. I've got my holes drilled and tapped, and now to get it nice and polished and round real quick, it's time to mount the bottom of the radiator, because obviously that's not going to work. Got the top mounted and it looks nice. So in technical terms, this is a rubber dubber flubber stubber that goes on here as a radiator mount. Therefore, this is a rubber dubber flubber stubber holder. This is the most bizarre thing I've done this week.
This is like a really bad carnival ride.
I'm putting so much trust in this winch right now. I didn't know I trusted Harbor Freight this much. Whee! Oh, the spin is the best part. You're gonna be dizzy, dude. Oh, it's smoking. That's nice. Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there we go. Oh, I get dizzy so easily.
This is what we call a grindhard pinata.
Just hanging out in the Barbie camper. This thing's comfy. God, that cable sounds so crunchy. I think that's all the battery we got.
That's all she wrote.
Oh, this is perfect. It'll set me down because it's on the hill. Dude, this thing we can do all of the wheelies, because even if you go to 12 o'clock and beyond,
Yeah.
if it'll actually wheelie.
We should just put a little wheelie bar at the top of the roll cage. Oh, here's hit the.
Oh yeah, let me, yeah. Oh. Yeah, my head was very full of blood. Here goes something stupid. Obviously there's no clearance for any of the tires when the suspension travels, because, you know,
Oh, is that what that sound was?
Yeah, it was the tires hitting here, and probably here and here. So yeah, basically everywhere. Yeah, the suspension's amazing. It's so good. This thing's the best thing ever. The Colonel's still the most technically awesome thing we've ever built, but this is turning out to be overall the coolest.
Oh yeah.
Just the winch and the bumper and the roll cage, it's way too cool.
Here comes the other camper van to the rescue.
That pink. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Just get it wrapped pink. I'm gonna use my van to tow this back up the hill. And it makes me think, once that one's done, we're gonna have to do like a dual overlanding trip with these two.
For sure.
Steven, you want to have a ride in the Barbie camper? I'll drive the van?
So Steven, you have to update the good people on your your power sport experience.
Oh, it's about zilch. This is probably my first time sitting in one of these, actually. I've been too scared in the past.
So Steven's been our friend forever, and he's never driven any of the Power Wheels, but he did drive the murder scooter for about 30 seconds, slammed into Ethan's truck, and that's basically about, besides the Surons, the only thing you've ever really sensed.
They're like, have you ever ridden a dirt bike? I was like, no. They're like, careful, the throttle sticks on this thing.
I don't know why any of us thought it would be a good idea for Steven to ride it. We were all just hyped. We were like, yeah, give it a send. He hopped on it, straight into the door of the truck.
Yeah, that hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I hit it with my knees and my head at the same time.
I was far more concerned about your safety or your health than the truck door. That is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in the rearview mirror.
Dude, I'm good at this. This is perfect. I figured out the proper dismount technique.
Yeah, that technique doesn't work for me. I am not a gymnast.
You guys have probably seen the Banshee in the background of this video. We are giving it away starting November 17th is the announcement. We're gonna have a bunch of new merch on our website. Every $5 spent there will get you an entry. We have some really cool designs coming out, including this one that's super limited, so definitely check that out. And I started my own channel, just fiddling with electric motorsports
on the weekend. And something like this, you know, 10 times the power in a little bike, the same kind of thing. But yeah, that whole channel is just going to be about doing really nerdy, technical stuff kind of like this and putting it to the absolute limit. Electro and Company built this 72 volt battery for me, and they are actually going to help us do the battery pack for the tank. So the tank is happening. It's gonna be a real thing. So down below we have a link to our mailing list if you want to be the first to know about the Banshee giveaway before things sell out. And I also have a link on my channel to building this thing if you're interested in checking it out.
Nice.
Oh.
Dude, that's lit.
That's hard. I go down twice as fast though.
Nice.